So this corn chowder requires 1.5 pounds of frozen corn. We need 1/2 of a brick of tofu, 1 onion diced, 2 stalks of celery diced, 1 tablespoon of oil, and we're going to use 2 teaspoons of white miso paste. And it is important to use white miso paste. Different types of miso have a very different flavor, and for this dish we're going to want the flavor of the white miso. And then you need 4 cups of water or vegetable broth. So if you want to follow me over to the stove, we'll get this recipe started. Let's get our burner going here. We're going to start out by heating up our oil. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Okay, so we'll add our 1 onion. I used a red onion, but that's just because I like red onion. You can use white or yellow or whatever you like. 2 stalks of celery. We are going to puree half of this soup in the end, but we're going to leave half of it kind of chunky. So that's why I cut the veggies fairly small. We can add the corn pretty much right away here too. We're just going to cool everything down though, because the corn is frozen. We just want to saute this long enough to heat everything up, let the flavor of the onions kind of seep into the oil and flavor of everything kind of meld together a bit. Okay, veggies have been sauteing for just a couple of minutes. I think that's enough. We're looking pretty good here. So I'm going to go ahead and add our 4 cups of vegetable broth, but no worries, if you just have water, that's just fine. So we're going to add the vegetable broth, and we're just going to pretty much bring this up to a boil. We're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, our corn chowder simmered for 10 minutes. I actually killed the heat just a few minutes ago and took the cover off, and I've let it cool for maybe 4 or 5 minutes before I transfer it over to the blender. Because you want it, it's fine if it's hot, but you don't want it still at that boiling hot stage when you transfer it into your blender. So I've got my blender all ready to go here. And I'm going to take half of the soup that we have in the pot and transfer it into the blender. And then you're going to add the 1/2 of a brick of tofu right now as well. And you're going to add 2 teaspoons of the white miso paste. Any blender should be fine. This is a pretty high speed blender, but any standard blender should work for this type of a blend. And here we go. This kind of a consistency is perfect for the chowder. And you can dump it back into the pot. So that is pretty much it. That's our chowder. It's hot. It's ready to go. At this point, as long as you're blending it when it's pretty hot, you don't really have to worry about putting it back on the stove at all. And a nice garnish is maybe a few green onions, and I like a little smoked paprika on the top as well. Basil also makes a nice garnish. So there is your corn chowder. I'm excited to try a little. Came out really good. I hope you enjoy.